Hi, Jerry Cafritz here again with Omega Chemical. I'd like to talk to you today about our sample pallet, the Omega Sample Pallet. What is the Omega Sample Pallet? Well, we have people calling us from all over the country, and everybody wants to try our products. A lot of people have seen a lot of the videos that we've put out there, and they're just calling us up with increasing frequency and saying, listen, I mean, if this stuff is anywhere near what you say it is, send me a drum, send me 2 drums. And that's fine. We're always happy to do that, and we appreciate so much that level of trust and confidence. And I'm here to tell you, nobody's been disappointed yet. Now, that being said, we also have a way to kind of dip your feet in the water a little bit if you want. If you're not the high dive type, and that's understandable, that's perfectly understandable. What we have is a sample pallet. The sample pallet, and here's a picture of it that you can see on the screen. You'll see 5 5-gallon containers here. The sample pallet consists of 4. I'm going to tell you what these 5 are, and you can pick 4 out of those 5 and you can get that sample pallet shipped to you anywhere in the United States. And we've tried to make this a very, very good deal. It's a one-time deal. We don't sell 5s, we only sell drums and totes. But we want to make this sample pallet available to you. Now, what's in the sample pallet? The sample pallet consists of 5 gallons of AB55, undoubtedly our best all-around brightener. I mean, this is a 25-to-1, 30-to-1 satin shine type brightener, cold water, no brushing, any aluminum, any metal surface. This is not going to whiten or bleach the aluminum like a cheap brightener, but this is going to give you the satin shine. Now, do you really need that much brightener? Do you need that kind of power and strength? The answer to that is probably not. With that in mind, I came up years ago with a more civilized version of the AB55 brightener, and that is the Safety Bright. Now, back in the early middle 80s when I developed this product, there was no such thing as a citrus brightener. The Safety Bright is a true citrus brightener. It has a base of citric acid. I didn't even know enough to call it a citrus brightener, but this was the first citrus brightener in the United States. And we did some fancy footwork, chemically speaking, to get this thing to work. I did not want to put out there just another gimmick brightener that wasn't going to work and at high dilution ratios and give you economy and performance. So the Safety Bright will not etch glass at 10-to-1 or better. It's a 20-to-1 aluminum brightener, gives the satin shine, and it's about $100 a drum less than the AB55 brightener. It's a pretty good value, and if you don't need the kind of acid power that the aluminum brightener has, and most fleet washers, truck washers, mobile wash, pressure washers probably don't, although it's good to have in your arsenal if you come across something that's, you know, out of the ordinary and you want to just impress the daylights out of somebody, you hit it with some AB55 at 20-to-1, it's going to impress. The truck washes that we have are, first of all, the number two truck wash, which has been our go-to product for so many years, probably going on 20, and you can see about it in other videos. It's a great alkaline liquid truck wash, and at 20-to-1, cold water, no brushing, it will not let you down. It really, really does that. It's just amazing on bugs. A lot of reputations have been built on it. We never thought we'd have a better truck wash than the number 2 truck wash in terms of a liquid. Well, that's changed. Now we have the Magnum, and I'm going to dedicate an entire video to the Magnum to try to do justice to this product, and I won't, because the comments that are coming in are just simply not believable. I mean, they wouldn't be believable if I told you what people are saying about it. I'll just say this: the Magnum K alkaline truck wash, combination truck wash degreaser, has been described. The best description I've heard is it's number 2 truck wash on steroids, and we'll say more about that in another video. Then we have the Pro White powder. You get 40 pounds of Pro White powder. That's close to $80 any place else you go to get a good powder. And that product, as you can see from some of the other videos that we've done, where people are using that in stationary drive-through truck washes, high caliber truck washes that have been around for years. This is a performance product. It is an economy product. It dissolves in water just very, very nicely. It does the job. It's done amazing work in the oil fields of Texas. It's done amazing work around grain mills. And these kinds of places are places where you don't have dirt, but where that dirt becomes a stain that actually integrates itself into the paint. The Pro White has been able to remove that, just take the stain off. Not just the film, but the stain from the film that just never has been gotten off effectively before. So the Omega sample palette. These are not small samples. These are 5 gallons each. Unfortunately, we can't give them away, but we're trying to give them away. We're selling them at about half of what they cost us to produce, because this is just so labor intensive. We're not set up to do 5s, but we're doing 5s for the samples. And it's a pretty fair deal, I think. $99 for that whole sample palette. You pick 4 out of those 5. If you have any questions about what products you ought to have in that sample palette, then give me a call. If just because the Magnum works doesn't mean the number 2 truck wash won't work as well for you in your application, then that's where you ought to go, because you'll save money. Just because the AB55 works doesn't mean the Safety Bright won't be very effective for you, and you may not need that extra power, as we said, and you'll save money there. And we'll try to custom tailor a sample palette for you that will meet your needs based on how you describe your application to us. And don't forget, we're the only chemical company out there that's been in the truck washing business before. We were in the truck washing business in Chicago for close to 10 years. I was out there 7 winters in Chicago washing trucks. I know what happens on the end of the wand. So there you go. Our shipping, we have an 85% shipping discount, no hazmat fees, no liftgate fees. That means that we can ship this pallet about anywhere in the United States for usually a little over $100. That's what it's going to ship for with our 85% discount. You call me one day, you can easily have that product in 2 days, pretty much anywhere but the West Coast. So that's the Omega sample palette. We hope that you'll try it. Once you do, you will be able to take your company, your service, to the next level. You're going to impress your customers. We've had our customers telling us the fleet managers are coming out there and looking at the results that they're getting, particularly with the new Magnum K, and they're just saying, holy cow, never seen it this clean. Reminds me of when the truck was new. And that's brushless. Cold water. So take me up on that challenge and get a hold of that sample palette. I can promise you, you'll be glad you did. I'm Jerry Capers with Omega Chemical, and thanks for watching this video.